What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse. Alongside my partners Robert and Ryan, I'm J-Man, and this edition of the Pulse is going to give you our WWE Survivor Series 2012 review. I'm just getting off the air with pay-per-view. Nothing too special here, just kind of an alright show. Kind of really ran through the paces except for really one part of this show where we got a surprising part, which we cannot wait to get to. But really, a lot of this really ran through the paces of this kind of card and just kind of delivered what we kind of expected out of this. Nothing too dramatically outlandish, again, until the part that we'll get to, which is going to be fantastic. But we're going to open up this card with a bonus traditional Survivor Series elimination tag match featuring what we classified it as Team Mysterio and Sin Cara going up against Team Primetime Players.
Yeah, this was fun. They had a lot of spots, a lot of action in this. They gave it a pretty good amount of time. I was surprised that they did that. Good opener. Overall, I think this was probably one of the better matches on the show. Really enjoyed it. They really didn't kind of overthink it. They knew it was going to be a spot style match. Just Titus O'Neil don't give a two shits. Just the dude just manhandles, just throws people around like they're just flour bags. Just like just bags of flour. He doesn't even care. Hilarious botched spot by Brodus Clay and Tensai, which you would expect out of these two. It's surprise, surprising to us that neither men died in this match. Both from botching and from heart attacks.
Yes.
So, other than that, I mean, it's really not much more than just a really good spot, elimination style match. The sole survivors were Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Tyson Kidd, and Just Gabriel. Yeah. So, it looks like they're maybe doing something with these guys, giving them a big victory here on a pay-per-view. Yeah,
and really showcasing a lot of the tag teams that they're starting to really develop here in WWE in that matchup, and Team Mysterio, Sin Cara getting the win in that matchup there. Next matchup, we have the Divas Online 1 champion Eve went up against Caitlyn.
This match kind of started backstage before the match. Yeah. You get Caitlyn getting attacked by, who was it?
Caitlyn got attacked by Oksana.
And then Eve comes up, "Are you alright?" And she pushes her down. They kind of started there, and they come out in the match. Caitlyn was like a beast.
Yeah.
She was just beating up Eve, just throwing her around. Eve was trying to, get out of the ring, and Caitlyn wouldn't let her, and just kind of beat down. Then at the end, Eve brought it back and kind of got up and got the pin for the win.
And Eve still remaining the Divas Championship in that matchup. To me, it just makes a lot of sense just to throw it on.
Short, sweet, to the point.
With what they're doing there, I just don't really understand. They're continuing with Eve as the Divas Champion there and not giving it to Caitlyn, which would have made a lot of sense. But next matchup, the United States title line, win champion Antonio Cesaro went up against R-Truth. I really got exactly what I expected out of this, which was just R-Truth getting dominated by Antonio Cesaro, which is what Antonio Cesaro has been doing to basically everybody he gets in the ring with lately, which is outstanding to see. We're all huge Antonio Cesaro fans. The man is an absolute monster, and running with the United States Championship is a great thing to do with him. Build him up in the company, give him one of those mid-card titles, and really build back the prestige of the United States Championship, because I think a lot of just useless people kind of held some mid-card titles, and this guy is not a useless person at all. Exactly. Not a useless person at all. So, I mean, doing some great stuff here. Antonio Cesaro looking dominant as well.
Anal penetranal.
Just hitting the anus penetranus.
Anus penetranus.
Anus penetranus.
I thought it was anal penetranal.
No, it could be anal.
Jimmy liked it.
We'll call it whatever the hell we want it.
Yeah,
I mean, anal penetranal, anus penetranus. We don't give a shit.
Whatever that movie is.
But yeah,
this is all that matters, right?
Let's just get the slice go. Let's just sweep the nation.
I've already been here for this here. You don't know nothing about none of this shit.
You don't know about getting the slice on.
You don't know.
Let's see a slice from Roberto.
You look like you're
not like a retarded. We don't need a retarded autistic.
What are you in were you at a club? Are you at a foam party?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you trying to impress girls?
Yes.
No, this is Cesaro Slice.
His entire life he impresses girls, man.
Look
That's
at you.
what Roberto
Brock Lesnar Jr.
Yes.
God.
Getting it right now.
He's not the next big thing. He is the big thing. All right, people?
He's in it to win it.
I'm on TV
Like
and Brock Lesnar's not.
It's true.
That's a good point. Antonio Cesaro looking dominant as always in the United States Championship there and retaining his championship in that matchup. We're not going to get too deep into this next segment. They basically threw a Raw segment at us with AJ Lee and Vicky Guerrero, basically doing exactly what they've been doing on Raw, is coming out there and doing the whole blame game, setting up that whole controversy with the scandal for AJ and Cena and all that BS. We had a random ass Tamina appearance where she came out and destroyed AJ Lee on the side of Vicky Guerrero.
You know where she came from, right? She was a trapezist at a circus.
Yes.
She had
Yes,
a break,
she was.
so she came in and attacked somebody.
She's
Yeah,
the daughter
out
of
of nowhere.
Jimmy Superflash.
I don't know how many times you have just said that absolutely obvious fact, but you just tell the shit out of that, man. You
There
just...
might be some people that don't know.
Can you name one of Bret Hart's brothers?
No.
All right, I didn't know. I thought it was just too easy for him. I thought he would have nailed that. Oh, thank God we have Robert here just to clear everything up for everybody. But yeah, we had that basic Raw segment for you guys. Yeah, probably could have saved that for tomorrow, but whatever. Next matchup, we have the World Heavyweight Championship on. When champion Big Show went up against Sheamus.
Oh man, just this dragged so much ass. It was just, you know, there was just, you know,
That bad.
we were sitting here thinking, you know, can they pull the trigger and just let Dolph take it? Just let him take it. Just end our misery. Not only pull the trigger and kill us, but pull the trigger and let Dolph Ziggler win the title. And
they're going to kill us if Dolph Ziggler wins the title?
And a random bystander in the building watching the pay-per-view with us mentioned the fact that the chair shots might set up a chair match at TLC instead of a cash-in, and then we all instantly lost our boners. So, yeah, I mean, this match dragged heavy ass.
Literally.
Heavy.
Literally
like,
heavy ass.
you
There
have
was
no
heavy
idea.
ass in this match, and it
Like
dragged.
6 days in a row, a baby wearing the same diaper.
Yep.
That's
heavy
how
ass.
much ass it dragged.
Mm-hmm.
It was intense, and you know, the care factor for either one of these guys is just very low right now.
All time.
Very low. So,
Wait, this is a World Title match?
Yeah, it's for the World Heavyweight Championship.
oh, it wasn't Big Show saying, "I'm the World Heavyweight Champion, dumbass," or "This is a World Heavyweight."
This is a
Championship.
World Heavyweight Championship match, dumbass. You don't end it
I
in a
believe
DQ.
yeah, a bunch of other obscenities.
He was just-
spit everywhere.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Big Show remaining the World Heavyweight Champion off that. Just DQ, whatever the hell they wanted to do.
go.
The chair shots, obviously setting up a predictable chair match at TLC, and they'll continue to do shit that we don't give a shit about until Dolph Ziggler cashes in. It's just, they had literally every single person in that crowd, just like it was on a lot of occasions for the Money in the Bank, waiting for that cash in. And people are going to think, well, they're going to wait to do it until it's unpredictable. Well, you know what? It's going to happen every single World Heavyweight Championship match because everybody's going to want it to happen.
Unless he does
because
it on
it should.
SmackDown.
Every match Big Show has,
It's going to happen.
we are going to want him to cash in.
Everybody will because
So.
it should happen, quite frankly. Big Show, still your World Heavyweight Champion in that matchup there. Next matchup, we have the traditional Survivor Series Elimination Tag match featuring Team Ziggler going up against Team Foley.
Hopefully this match would deliver with the names in it. You got the Randy Orton, The Miz, you know, Damien Sandow, Wade Barrett, you get the Future, you get Team Hell No.
David Otunga.
Anyway,
I don't even know how to classify him.
not part of this other group of people that was in the match.
He likes Twinkies. I know
The
that.
Law.
Unfortunately, the lawyer David Otunga was thrown in because Cody Rhodes was injured on SmackDown.
Get healthy, Cody.
Please. And there was a few great spots in this. You know, Kofi Kingston flipped over Dolph Ziggler, and that was actually a pretty tight move by Kofi, and Dolph sold it pretty well.
Did you say pretty tight move?
Yes, I did.
Just
Damn, you've been going to the clubs,
Just
haven't
look
you?
at that, dude.
Good
Robert's
Lord.
on his shit. You know why he's been
You want a 40 of malt liquor right now? You're hitting it hard
He's
tonight.
straight fucking fierce right now,
Good
man.
Lord.
He's immense.
We're hanging out with primetime players later.
God, we
All
are.
three of us.
He's ready
You're
to go.
invited.
He set it up, I
Alright.
think. I think he called them.
Yeah,
He's got
but
Dio
like
Tunga.
that.
Just
Anyway.
just
Tight.
whatever.
Wow, yeah, and of course outside the ring we had a little run-in between Rodriguez and McFoley, and
Yeah.
McFoley brought Mr. Sacco back out.
Yes. Mr. Sacco!
Sacco!
I had to mention that. Wow. Random callback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was not bad. I think it was still maybe a little bit better than the first one. I think off of
Yeah.
build up a little bit better. Some of the eliminations were kind of out of nowhere and kind of meaningless. But yeah, I mean, the right guys got the spot. I want to mention Miz looked like a monster in this match. I really felt like, you know, it's the first time in a long time I really felt like he doesn't look like a bitch wrestling matches. Like, it just makes me think that he just doesn't have the drive to just go. Like, it just,
What a face turn can do, if that's what it's going to
yeah,
end up
it just seems like, you know, when he's a heel, we love him as a heel, but it doesn't ever seem like he ever gets the upper hand.
No.
He never looks
Doesn't
good
win
on
anything
the
clean,
offense.
anything at all.
Yeah.
He was pawning for the fans a little bit.
So he looked good in this. Orton, everyone obviously looked good. You know, got down to Orton and Ziggler like we thought. You know, and is really interesting, this setup at the end here, and I won't give it away because I know J-Man is just going to nizzut all over it. But, Ziggler get the win here. I'll let him tell you about it.
Yeah, this was fantastic. I've never been a fan of Dolph Ziggler's finish. I just don't like it. I think it's
a zigzag.
It just comes off weak to me. It just literally, it's like just a self-assisted backdrop, basically. And I've always said, as soon as he went into this finish, I was like, man, I really think a super kick from Dolph Ziggler would be a fantastic finish for him. And man, did he set that up just beautifully and nailed the shit out of Randy Orton with a beautiful super kick and got the win in this matchup. And Team Ziggler getting the win in this traditional Survivor Series match. I hope that this is just a debut of that finish, because it would be fantastic if it was, because I love those out of nowhere finishes, and I've always loved the super kick, obviously being a Shawn Michaels guy, and it fits Dolph Ziggler to a T. So I think that's fantastic that he got that there. And like me and Ryan were mentioning, all of us were mentioning, I think it's great that Dolph Ziggler got the final pin and was the sole survivor of this, because I think it's something he needs to build off of going forward. So I thought this was a really solid matchup here. Definitely not to the links that we've seen traditional Survivor Series matches to last couple years or so, but obviously this was a solid one. Kind of the setup they had to do originally being the Team Punk versus Team Foley, and had to kind of figure everything out, especially with Cody's injury and everything. So this was a solid one here, and Ziggler getting the win off that super kick, disgustingly nasty, beautiful super kick that he hit on Randy Orton there, and Team Ziggler getting the win in that traditional Survivor Series matchup. Next match up, we have the triple threat match for the WWE Championship, featuring champion CM Punk going up against John Cena and Ryback.
1 year, 365 days, CM Punk has been World Heavyweight Champion. This is the 8th longest title run in WWE history. And he won't even break the top 5, because the top 5 is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, how good is CM Punk?
He's pretty good.
He can beat two guys in one night. He beat Ryback and Cena. He's beat everybody that's been thrown at him over the last year.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can beat CM Punk in WWE today. Like he said, walking off, I am the best in the world. I'm the best in the world. Of course, maybe there might be a little faction starting up with some guys that came in to attack Ryback. Some guys from NXT and FCW. Who are they, Ryan?
I only know one.
Yeah.
That's Leaki.
I mean, we were waiting for that one, right?
Leaki, I've been waiting for him to debut for years.
I mean, it's not really too big. The other guys that came in, right?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Some guy, they mentioned some guy.
One guy named Seth Rollins.
Yeah, who was the other guy's name?
Dean Ambrose.
Oh, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose were out there as well.
That's interesting.
For you independent fans, Tyler Black, John Moxley.
We were shitting ourselves during this part, I would say the least. I know me and Ryan have been waiting for Dean Ambrose for a long time. He has been just waiting immensely for Dean Ambrose. I am a Seth Rollins guy through and through, and cannot wait to just see what he's going to be doing in the future. So whatever this is going to be fantastic. Go ahead and talk about that.
But yes, and I will get to that in a second. But first off, I think this match was good. But I think what they did great here was they worked to everyone's strengths in this match. It was very, very well put together. It was the complete opposite of the Hell in a Cell match.
Yes.
We were talking about, a typical WWE triple threat, one guy gets thrown on the outside of the ring, two guys work. And I was talking to J-Man, talking to Robert, and I was like, Ryback doesn't stay on the ground less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, Ryback worked.
Yeah, Ryback worked tonight, and it's interesting because they, every time they were in the ring, it was Cena, Ryback, Punk, Ryback. Finally, I said, you know what? I was sitting there before the beginning of the match. I was like, they got to throw him through a table. They have to throw him through a table to knock him out of the match for at least a minute or two. Yeah. 2 minutes.
They tried,
and they suplex him through a table. Cena and Punk work a little deal going on. Ryback gets in there, looks like he's getting ready to win the match. Puts Cena through the what is that? The crunch slam. I don't know what the hell. Doomsday. What is that thing?
Shitty muscle buster, basically.
Yeah, whatever that thing is. Out of nowhere, we have Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Leaki, which is random as hell.
Yeah, very.
I know they've been wanting to bring him up for a while as well. All dressed in black
security
SWAT gear or some shit.
SWAT gear, yeah.
Come in and jump Ryback in this match, and they just powerbomb him through a table, and they just go nuts. Punk goes in there, pins Cena off the Ryback move or whatever it is he does, and Punk retains, and we will go on and see him for a full year. It looks like I do not see Punk losing this until maybe the Rumble, which means at that time he will be past 400 days, which passes John Cena's record.
Actually, if he goes to TLC, he'll be
380, I think it's
380 or something. So if he can get a week past TLC, he'll pass John Cena.
He will pass John Cena.
Sixth all time in WWE.
Sixth all time. So think of where these guys have come from and where they are now.
In 14 months.
The only thing I'm sitting here thinking is just Cassius Ohno's just sitting with his thumb up his ass.
Why was he not in the spot that I don't understand why he wasn't in there with Moxley and Rollins? That makes no sense.
But great finishing moment here. I know I Heart Virtual. I know you're
Moxley love.
All about Moxley. I'll give you a shout out right there. Dean Ambrose all the way. High five. I ain't gay, but I like me some Ambrose, boy.
Oh yeah. Let's just go back for a second. I'll talk about the whole attack and everything too. We just have to mention how all of CM Punk's work that he's worked his entire career, he did this all himself to get to the position he's got to. He was given the shittiest draws, the shittiest hands that you could possibly get, saying he's this, saying he's that, he's not the prototypical this, he's not the prototypical that, to get to the position that he is. He has now retained and remained the WWE Champion for over a year. That is just astonishing and just absolutely amazing to say that a guy like CM Punk, a wrestling guy through and through, made it this far as WWE Champion in the time of wrestling that we're in, where titles can flip hands like it's a piece of candy to a little kid. It goes like it's nothing.
Every month it changes.
Exactly, and the fact that they've remained with who is through and through the best in the world. It's not just something you put on a t-shirt to sell, t-shirts and shit. It's the legit truth. He's the best at everything he does, and he's the best for a reason and deserves to have the most prestigious championship in the business today, which is the WWE Championship. So we have to mention just how his just immense fucking drive to get to where he is got him to where he is, and it's something that makes me in my life drive to do things, because you can just feel CM Punk in everything that he does to just be the best, and it's just something that people just strive to be, because CM Punk just fucking breathes that every single day of his life. So I think it's outstanding that somebody like that has gotten to that point in WWE and is now the WWE champion for over a year and going to be breaking more records and being the 6th longest reigning champion.
In the history
of the company is just absolutely outstanding, and just big props to CM Punk. You guys know what my opinions about CM Punk, but I had to get that out because it's just absolutely outstanding to see that. But yeah, now we have to get to this ending little segment of what's going to be going on into the future here, which is just a lot of unpredictable things of what they could possibly be doing. We saw what happened with Brad Maddox at Hell in a Cell and what that kind of led to. This seems like it has more of a intertwining, at least towards CM Punk kind of thing, and not really towards what was going on with Ryback and getting CM Punk out as a champion. These guys have legit connections to what CM Punk is all about, and the ways that John Moxley and the ways that Tyler Black, the way those guys are, connect to CM Punk through and through. And obviously, we could see things going into the future that'll just blend together fucking beautifully, people. And if you guys don't know anything about these guys, go check them out, because you're going to be like, God, this is going to be like just peanut butter and jelly times a million, because it's just going to be a fucking brilliant.
Godness.
Godness? It's going to be godness.
Well, any type of faction they can put together with
this is outstanding. It's something you'd think we'd fucking put together, because it's just it's something we thought. I was like, yeah, what if we had some run-ins with those guys that are getting buried in NXT right now that should be up on the roster, but that is yet to mention why Ono is not up there, because he's another guy that just is up there.
He might come in later.
True. You never know how this can build and what this could lead to.
Or it could be just nothing at all, just some random spot.
Let's hope not. Good Lord, let's hope not.
Well, no,
hopefully
I hope
it can lead to some just amazing things with those guys coming up, and CM Punk remaining the WWE champion in this matchup, in the triple threat match. Obviously, what Ryan said, I fully believe if he goes on to TLC, he'll probably retain or remain champion there and go on to Royal Rumble, and obviously probably face The Rock going on there. We had The Rock tweeting things here and there all throughout the night, obviously setting up some stuff for who's going to be WWE champion. There could be some stuff that happens after TLC. Maybe they just wanted to give him that year-long run and then maybe set up a Cena Rock match for Royal Rumble and maybe do Rock and Punk at Mania. Well, there's a lot of things. Obviously, it's getting around the beginning of the year time. We've talked about it last year, how it's like that every single year.
It's almost the drive to Royal Rumble.
It's that time that things start to get situated and the deck seems to get shuffled a lot around this time, and that seems like what we could get here. But CM Punk now for a year, your WWE champion. Just absolutely beautiful.
Round of applause.
Remaining round of applause.
Not feeling it?
We're good. We need to get the fuck out of here. CM Punk's still your WWE champion in that matchup, and this will now wrap up our WWE Survivor Series 2012 review for my partners Robert and Ryan. I'm J-Man, and thank you for watching another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse, the Pulse, professional wrestling world.